another edition of the new ND Nation Radio.
We're going inside them. We're going outside them. Inside them and outside them. And when we get them on a run once, we're going to keep them on a run.
And Notre Dame, as number one goes down, Syracuse undefeated no more.
This is now top-notch college hockey.
Everything here at Notre Dame has been done on faith and a commitment to excellence. You are Notre Dame. You are special.
You were to impart some wisdom or some tips on the guys coming in.
I would probably say stay on top of your academics.
Look out, he broke free at the 30, 35, 40. The Rocket is trying to do it again.
And you're also going to walk out of here with a degree from the University of Notre Dame. In this lifetime, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody except yourself.
You know, this play like a champion sign, Rocket Ishmael's touched many times. Jerome Bettis has touched many times. You know, the best stadium you play in, I'm going to say Notre Dame.
We're going to get them on a run. We're going to go, 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 go. And we aren't going to stop until we go to that goal line. Don't forget, man, today's the day we're going to win.
Starting right now, our big event for the Blue Gold game that's going to come. It's called the Play Like a Champion Uganda event. And our next guest is really going to come on. He's going to talk to you with us, and also Jason's going to give you some details. This is Kevin Dugan. Kevin is a big part of the movement. Kevin, thank you for joining us on the show.
Thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it, and thanks for helping spread the word about all the good things that we're working on with this initiative and that Notre Dame alumni are just up to out in the world in general.
It's our pleasure. Before I know Jason was going to get into the interview. My first question before I have Jason take over is I just want to know the process of this, getting you Play Like a Champion Uganda started. Where did it begin? How hard was it to get the funding in there, and how much fun has it been for you to help these kids out?
Yeah, I think the Ford Family Program in Human Development at Notre Dame uses this Aristotle quote that I think sums up a lot of what the Play Like a Champion initiative in Uganda is all about, and that's where your passion intersects with the world's need, there lies your vocation. And I'm just really honored. I'm in a really creative new position in the Notre Dame Athletic Department as Manager of Youth and Community Outreach Programs, and in that role, I'm in a position where my job is really to focus on how can Notre Dame sports and the ideals of the institution have a positive impact on children. And for me, I look at that and I look at it, obviously let's start in our immediate South Bend community, but, the power of Notre Dame is such to where, there's such a global scope to to the nature of the Notre Dame family that's so closely aligned with the church as well that you literally have the capability of touching every country in the world. And for us, we've been able to sort of move side by side in a lot of the social concern work that's been done in Uganda and East Africa by the Ford Family Program. And bring the joy that we have and that we've received through sport to children in Uganda. And it really started when Oscar McBride and I went on a trip and just we're doing some character development lessons through sport with children in Ugandan primary schools. And Oscar works for Play Like a Champion. We had the chance to really have Oscar break down like the natural law principles behind the concept and really articulate what was at the root of Lou Holtz's message in Play Like a Champion, which is, which boils down to three questions. Can I trust you? Are you committed to excellence? And do you care about me? And those are natural law principles to healthy relationships that lead to living a championship life where you're going to realize your full potential and have a positive influence on those around you, and that leads to organizational success or team success if you're out there trying to win a football game. So Oscar and I were able to kind of bring that and use sport as a vehicle to bring that message to children. And then when we came back from our trip, there's just a lot of interest in it, and we began to start this Play Like a Champion Uganda movement. But what's timed up really well is the Notre Dame athletic department now has a youth sports initiative that has a lot of parallels to that. And we're going to actually have a traveling course to Uganda this summer where we're able to work with the Ministry of Education and Sport in Uganda, but also run a Notre Dame youth sports camp and do that to strengthen the Holy Cross Parish in Jinja and Bugembe, which has got a lot of Notre Dame students and former students serving at it. So couldn't be more excited about the idea and the initiative, because it's a perfect intersection of mission-driven work that honors the spirit of Notre Dame with something that everybody at Notre Dame is passionate about, which is sharing the ideals and virtues of fighting Irish sports.
Absolutely, and I think it's just an amazing thing. And each and every week when we talk about it, I get more and more excited. We've gotten a lot of donations. So this is the part where I'm going to give the floor to Jason, so you guys can kind of give more details on it. And I know
Great.
Jason's worked great on this, and he's done a hell of a job. So the floor is all yours, guys.
Great. Thank you.
Kevin, good to talk to you again.
Yeah, thanks, Jason. Thanks for your time.
Oh, hey, no problem. I appreciate it. Hey, it's for the first time that we sat down with you in your office and you told us about it. First of all, I mean, the way you talk about it's infectious, and I talked with Oscar McBride about the same thing, and you said the same thing you said to us that you said to him, that once you know, you can't not know, and on that note, please, we really want to educate people and get them involved. That region is so devastated by HIV and AIDS that these kids, the one woman who makes the match, her husband died of AIDS, and she's now positive, and so those children are going to lose both of their parents, and it's really important to make sure that people get the word out and educate themselves about this, and it's going to be a great movement, and we're looking forward to it. I know you just came back from Uganda. How was your trip?
Yeah, trip was outstanding. I just gets me so excited about the trip that we're going to be making this summer with 10 Notre Dame students. Oscar's going to be coming back over this summer, and we're going to be working on developing a research program with the Ford Family Program. Gonna be working with the Catholic Church. Gonna be working with the government, and gonna be running a Notre Dame youth sports camp in Uganda, which I think is going to be, from an NCAA standpoint, a pretty groundbreaking and intriguing initiative that's really full of the passion and spirit of Notre Dame, and it's one of those sort of nowhere else but Notre Dame type of events and activities.
Yeah, absolutely. And I gave you a little taste of last week. I think I talked to you and kind of filled you a little bit on what's coming in here. And this raffle that we just actually kicked off today, our goal is to raise at least $10,000 to hopefully build a new school for these kids. The ones they're in now is just people here wouldn't allow it for their kids, and it's unacceptable to us for those kids too. So we encourage everybody to get involved in that, and we'll talk about that a little more too. What going forward? I know going into the spring game, there's some stuff being planned. What's on the agenda? Do you have an idea yet?
Yeah, who's it's sort of been, at first, I was inspired by hearing Tim Brown talk just before I got on, and so many other Notre Dame folks that you've highlighted that are doing good things. And I think a big part of going to Notre Dame is when you graduate, you feel a moral obligation and responsibility to kind of to want to give back and to want to share the blessings, if you will. I know there's a verse in Luke that says, to those whom much is given, much is expected. And the quote that Oscar mentioned about once you know, you can't not know, it kind of becomes a little bit of a challenging call that gets put on your heart to say, all right, now, you've been given opportunities that other people haven't had, and the reality of that really slaps in the face, and you do feel like this restless moral commitment and obligation to say, how can I, how can I do something to share those opportunities? It was just really organically and simply in this village with having this women's group weave Play Like a Champion Today mats, and we've been really fortunate that Pocky Kelly has given us a nice grant to purchase bowls and mats from these women that'll be sold in the lead up to the blue and gold game to help raise awareness. But one of the things that I'm real excited about is the trip that we're going to be able to take Notre Dame students on, because you end up seeing this like double-edged human impact taking place. You see the student volunteer going over and having their worldview transformed and developed, and then on the ground you see the fruits of time, attention, and improved resources that the kids are able to receive through their education. And something that's being more and more attention is being paid to in the developing world is the form of human development that youth sport can bring. Certainly not going to make an argument that it's more important than education, but when coupled with a good education, youth sport, when done the right way, becomes a really powerful form of child human development. And I can certainly speak from experience saying that I grew up as an athlete that dreamed of playing, sports at Notre Dame, and that had a huge formative impact on the things that I wanted to do with my life. And when it came to, making the right social decisions, spiritual decisions, and academic decisions, that goal and dream and aspiration of wanting to do what I needed to do to be a student athlete at Notre Dame certainly motivated and inspired me. If it wasn't for sport, it wouldn't have impacted me the same way.
Yeah, and definitely, and like I said before, just hearing you talk about it, and we were, when Abby and I left our first meeting, we thought, hey, what can we do to just get desks for these kids? And before we were down the stairs, we said, no, we're not gonna get desks. We're gonna build a school, and it's just, definitely, everybody go out and educate yourself on this great program and what it's going to bring to this continent and to this region. It's amazing. Before I let you go, I got to ask you a sports question.
Yeah.
What are we gonna see from men's lacrosse this season?
I think that last year, I obviously the men's lacrosse program, played lacrosse here at Notre Dame, and last year we moved through the season winning all the close games, and you get to the end of the year and you get humbled and you lose the last game of the year and the season's over. I was at so the moral behind that is that we'd much rather see the team learn, grow, and develop early on in the year and peak at the right time. And that's 2 years ago when the team made it to the national championship game. So I would say two things. One, Penn State is a much better team than people realize. And those that follow men's lacrosse would see that Penn State knocked off the Irish in full overtime last Sunday. But I'm really impressed, and in spite of the loss, with just the level of intensity that I saw from the team on Sunday. And I felt like they played much better than the score reflected. They just need to finish.
Yep, exactly.
And they're going to win a lot of games because the defense still looks like it's going to be a lockdown, shutdown defense, and even when Penn State did get nice shots off, John Kemp is pretty lights out in goal. So we just need to finish the ball more on offense, and it'll be fine.
Excellent. Well, I'll tell you what, we appreciate your time. We're gonna get back into the the nitty-gritty details of where to go and how to donate. But I definitely appreciate your time, and I'll talk to you next week.
Great. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Go Irish.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks. Go Irish.
Go Irish. Well, guys, that was crazy. Good hour and 15 minutes there of guest behind guest behind guest behind guest. So, So if we want to go ahead and do a quick wrap-up of everyone we talked to, it was a big four-man show. We started with Lisa Kelly, who is a Volvo Big East fan. We tweeted on our Twitter account, TNNDN, where you can go to vote for her. We followed it up with the Leprechaun Legion. If you want to get in touch with these guys, here's some of their ideas. You can follow them on Twitter at Lep Legion. They're also a member of the Facebook family. And then we followed up with the legend Tim Brown, where I think I heard some snickers of me talk about how much I admire Tim Brown. It's okay. I am still a fan at some point. And then we just wrapped up talking Play Like a Champion Uganda, which did launch with Kevin Dugan. Guys, we had a lot of phone difficulties. We had a crazy busy schedule, but I think we handled it really well. I think we did a hell of a job. And we still have a few more times to go. So what do you guys think so far?
Well, hey, first of all, thanks for extending this out another half an hour. I just let everybody out there know that we're going 2 hours now. We were going to go 90, but we're going 120 now because we still got some stuff to talk about. And everybody that's in the chat room that I see or anybody still listening, don't hang up. Just because we don't have any guests doesn't mean we've got something big coming for you. Tim, we've like I've said many times, we've been blessed to have some really great some really great guests on the show, and tonight obviously is no exception. Lisa Kelly's great. Tim Brown, what are you going to say? It's Tim Brown. It's a Heisman Trophy winner. One of my idols. We're growing up watching Notre Dame football, so for me it was trying not to giggle. When I talk to the guy, you got to maintain your composure a little bit. And then the Leprechaun Legion, the inspiration that they bring to the fan base and into the student section is incredible. And then Kevin Dugan, he obviously he played lacrosse for Notre Dame, so. Another athlete, but then what he's doing for the university now is, it's amazing what he's doing for the university. So, this initiative and everything that's going on tonight, guys, this is by far a really, really great opportunity for everybody out here, and I appreciate everybody coming on the show.
That was actually pretty ridiculous. Back to back, but everyone was really great. Good talking to Lisa. It's somebody that we've always been supporting on Twitter, and it's nice to have her on and hear a little bit about the experience with her trying to win this award and represent the school. And, Tim Brown, it was amazing. That's an idol. He's a legend at the school. He's a legend in the NFL. He's going to end up in the Hall of Fame. He's already in the College Football Hall of Fame. And he was great to have on. And like I said to him specifically, it's so cool when you hear a guy like him say the same thing that Brady Quinn said, say the same thing that Oscar McBride said. I got on campus and knew this is where I was supposed to be. And that's what we love to hear. We love to hear about the feelings they have when they first get on the campus and play for Lou Holtz and those kind of stories. And Leprechaun Legions are a great part of the university, and we want to be able to support them in any way possible. And, lastly, having Kevin Dugan on and getting a chance to really kick off the Play Like a Champion Uganda coverage. And I know Jason's got a lot of stuff going on he wants to talk about and other things with that, and it's such a cool initiative, and it's just a great thing to be a part of. So, crazy show, still trying to catch my breath, but, a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Well, Jason, let's go ahead before we go on and talk anything else. We had a trivia question. Do we have a winner?
We do have a winner. We had quite a few entries this week, and the winner, well, actually the answer, if anybody... the question from last week actually was when the Four Horsemen back in the day took the field, what was the name of the offensive line that blocked for them? The correct answer was the Seven Mules. And the winner is, I hope I don't butcher this, Corey Muchler or Muchler. It's hard. I'm sorry if I brutalize your name, Corey, but you're the winner. I sent out an email today instructing if your name was called, what to do. So just go ahead and send us that email with that information. We'll get your prize out to you.
Awesome. And so let's go ahead and talk a little bit, Jason. We know we just talked with Kevin Dugan. We have Play Like a Champion Uganda coming up. We've had a who's who just about in prizes sent to us. You posted the picture yesterday for everyone to see on the Twitter account. This is my chance where I get to ask you a few questions. I get to be your interview here for a second, Jason. How amazing has this process been for you? You've done so much for this. You've gotten so many great prizes in. I feel like you've contacted any athlete who's played at Notre Dame, and you've done a hell of a job of getting everything. So,
well,
it's been a crazy process,
really,
hasn't it?
For everybody involved, it's the weeks leading up to this have been crazy. Everybody who was involved in this works a full-time job, and they've got a family and they got their own lives, and big shout out to Lynn Gilbert. She really took the ball with Notre Dame athletics, and some other people out there. Guys, this is our fifth fundraiser now. And we've had, some donated items before and some autograph stuff. But, I've got stuff here at the home base right now that, that is just coming in from everywhere. We've got a New York Giants logoed commemorative ball signed by Justin Tuck with a certificate of authenticity. We've got 3 separate certificates from Notre Dame men's basketball from Mike Bray that if you get in the raffle, you win that, your name's drawn for that item. We send you the certificate, you fill it out, send it back to Notre Dame. The basketball department has Coach Bray personalize and sign this item for you, and they ship it out to you. We've got autographed items from Dropkick Murphys, the band. We've got stuff from Golden Tate, Jimmy Clausen, Mike Lee, the boxer we had on not long ago, and that's just the tip of it, guys. I mean, we've got countless other items in this raffle. We're up to we're right now in the prize vault. We're up to 25. Now I can tell you right now that there are there's probably at least 5 more items sitting in Notre Dame waiting for me to pick up, and then there's stuff that Nicholas Sparks is sending us some autographed books. So that's, for the ladies out there, hey, it's a reason for you to get in the raffle. Get in there. It's like I said, all the proceeds, they all go to Play Like a Champion Uganda. Our goal is to raise $10,000. That $10,000 is enough money to build these kids a new school. And like I said in the interview with Kevin, the school that they have now has a leaky roof, no walls, a dirt floor. It doesn't have a chalkboard. I mean, for God's sakes, it's a school, and it doesn't have a chalkboard. We want to build these kids a school, and we want to do it, in the spirit of the new ND Nation, and we encourage everybody to get involved in this. Put your name on it. When that school goes up, your name is in that school. You're a part of it. Be inspired. Do something great. You can go to www.thenewndnation.com. Click on the fundraising tab. All the information's there. There's some of the items that are up for grabs are listed there. It's a raffle-style event. Kicked off today, runs through April 30th. And what we're doing is you can either send us a check or a money order, or you can donate via PayPal. There's a donate button right there on the page. You make your donation. It's raffle-style, like I said, so it's $5 per ticket or $6 tickets for $25. When we receive your donation, we send you a confirmation email or letter. If you send a check in, give us an email address. We're going to send you a confirmation letter with the tax ID information. So this is you can use this as a charitable contribution on next year's taxes. And please, seriously, get involved, guys. This is going to be major. Tell your friends. Tell anybody involved in Notre Dame. Tell anybody who just happens to love kids and love education. Get them involved. This is a global, nationwide for us, but I mean this is a global initiative, and I couldn't be more excited about it. And like I said, hats off to everybody in our group in this great organization. I can't be prouder of what we're doing right now, and just to even be a part of it is inspiring to me. And like I said, Lynn has busted her butt doing some stuff out here and talking to people and getting the word out. We're gonna have a big blue gold game tailgate party. We're having a party at Brothers on Eddy Street Commons. We've got part of that establishment locked down. We can fit over 100 people, so details will come out about that. But yeah, we'll have some stuff to give away there too. But great prizes, great cause. I could talk for an hour, but I won't. But at least check out the website. At least see what we're doing, and if you feel like it's a good cause, if you donate $5, hey, you got a chance of winning a Justin Tuck autographed ball or a Mike Bray, signed Notre Dame basketball. We've got a soccer ball signed by the whole team of the 2010 Women's National Championship team. 2 other balls signed by this year's teams for men and women's soccer. So, hey, you got a chance to win. You got a chance to make a difference. Let's make it happen, guys.
Absolutely. That was great. I'm really excited about this project. I think we've done a lot of awesome work, like you said. Lynn and you and everybody involved have done a great job, and we can't help but thank you on behalf of the New Indy Nation. And we've worked really hard on everything we're doing for this, and we really hope we can get this project going and keep it building. But also, before we do go on and talk everything else, I want to thank all of our fans of the New Indy Nation Radio. I know Steve and Jason might want to take the floor here and say some things also, but last week's episode with Nicholas Sparks and Brady Quinn is by a long shot our most trafficked show in history. We have nearly doubled our previous highest rated episode. We have destroyed any download records we had previously, and we have done an unbelievable amount of press for this, so we can't thank you enough for listening to this show, spreading the word, reposting on your Facebook, retweeting on Twitter, sending the word out on any social network you can. I know there's some plus ones on Google+. We have to thank you guys so much for that, because this is the reason we do this show, and I've said my part. I promised myself I wouldn't cry. So if you guys have any things to say, the floor is all yours also.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, this is all volunteer driven. Anybody listening, we don't make dime one from this. This is all volunteer driven. We go out and we collect donations, or we, for this event we've got a Jimmy Clausen mini helmet and we've got a Golden Tate side mini helmet. We donated those ourselves. We felt like we've got to throw something into the pot too. It's the right thing to do, and of course we love doing it. But yeah, it's not for us. I said this last week. We don't do this for us. We do it for you, the listeners, the fans of Notre Dame, the people who support the university. It's what it's all about. And if you've listened to this show more than 1 or 2 times, you already know that. We bring these guests on, and they come on because they know that we're doing it for you. We're doing it for the University of Notre Dame. We're doing it to showcase that spirit. So it's all for you, and we like to give back, and all during football season and other times we have just free contests, win a prize for giving a game prediction or whatever. So we do that, and we don't ask anything in return. But right now we are asking for your help. We really are. If you can donate something to the cause and make a difference, you'd be helping a lot of kids who are in a pretty bad situation.
Yeah, I mean, I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone. I'm just so happy to be a part of this, and listening to the passion that you have, Jason, when you're talking for the last little bit about play the Champion Uganda and the effort that's gone into getting the items and the people that are helping out, and how proud that you are and everyone involved should be for what's going on here. So I'm just happy to be part of it, and you're totally right. We're doing this for the fans of Notre Dame. We want to be doing something that people can be proud of, and I hope that people are proud of this, and I think that as far as the show is concerned, and 100%, if we get going on this initiative with Play the Champion Uganda, it's something that everyone can be proud of. And so I'm just glad to be a part of it, and thank you to everyone that's made it possible. So get out there and donate and do what you can.